If I told you that right now, inside a country that bans the internet, people are playing Counter-Strike 2 on high-end gaming PCs, you'd probably think I was lying. But this is real. This is the Hwasong Computer Entertainment Hall that Kim Jong-un even visited for its opening. It's a brand new facility deep inside Pyongyang's most elite district. It has 149 stations equipped with banned Western hardware. It's running pirated Western games, and it's arguably one of the most illegal buildings on the planet. According to the United Nations, these computers shouldn't exist here. According to North Korean law, the American culture in these games should get you executed. Yet, here we are. So I dug into the reports to find out how this place exists, and what I found wasn't just a gaming cafe. I found a smuggling ring, $1 billion trade deficit, and a surveillance system so advanced it makes 1984 look like a children's book. This is the story of how North Korea plays video games, and more importantly, who is watching them while they play. To understand the cafe, you have to understand the neighborhood. This is the Hwasong district, specifically Phase 3. This isn't where the average citizen lives. This is a zone built specifically for the regime's loyalists, the nuclear scientists, the top military officials, their families, and other top North Koreans. Inside the entertainment hall, the vibe is eerily normal. You see carts wheeling around Coca-Cola and instant noodles, you see students celebrating birthday parties, you see the neon blue cyberpunk aesthetic that you'd find in a PC bang in South Korea or an internet cafe in Tokyo. But the barrier to entry here is brutal. The cost to play is reported to be around $2 USD or 5,000 North Korean won per hour. Now that may not sound like a lot, but the average monthly salary for a North Korean worker is estimated to be around $10. That means for a regular person to just play 1 hour here, it would be multiple days out of their salary. This facility projects an image of public leisure, but make no mistake, this is a playground exclusively for the 1%, and the hardware matches the clientele. We're talking about ASUS ROG setups, mechanical keyboards, and high-fidelity headsets. It's a setup that would make many Western gamers jealous. But the real question isn't about the hardware, it's about the software, because what they are playing makes absolutely no sense. They don't use Steam, and they're also not using the Epic Games Store. If they did, they'd be blocked almost immediately. Instead, they use a proprietary state-controlled launcher called the Mars Computer Arcade. The library contains about 70 titles, and this is where the irony will get heavy. The regime spends millions on propaganda painting the United States as the imperialist aggressor. They have laws, which we'll get to, that ban foreign media. Yet inside Hwasong, you have North Korean elites playing Call of Duty and Battlefield 4. These are games where you often play as the US military. You are assimilating the very army that the government claims is the mortal enemy. And this is where the pieces from our last investigation finally fit together. If you remember that mysterious Steam signal we found in Pyongyang, that dot has been active for over a decade. It wasn't just a new account created for this one gaming hall. It was a permanent high-level access point. Games like Counter-Strike 2 and Dota 2 are live service games tightly integrated with Valve's servers. You cannot just buy a disc to play them. You would need a verified online connection to Steam at least just to download the base files. The high probability is that the owner of that Steam account, likely a high-ranking officer or someone in the military elite with long-standing internet privileges, or even Kim Jong-un himself or someone very close to him, was the regime's original and possibly only link to the global gaming world. The opening of the Hwasong Hall isn't just a random act. It's the high-ranking users' decision to finally take their long-term pirated collection and create a state-sanctioned monetized outlet for the privileged class. So how does this work technically? Is there a North Korean sitting in a lobby waiting to snipe you in Warzone? Is a kid from North Korea trash-talking you in Counter-Strike 2? And unfortunately, no. It operates on a massive local area network or LAN. It is connected to the Gwangmayong, the national intranet, but it has zero connection to the outside world. There are no global servers, no updates, no DLCs, just a closed loop of pirated software, likely cracked either by a top North Korean official or somewhere in China or Russia, and brought in on hard drives. But we need to address the elephant in the room. UN Security Council Resolution 2397 strictly bans the import of electronic devices into North Korea. You cannot legally ship a high-end GPU to Pyongyang. So how did they get 300 of them? According to trade data analysis from 1989 to 2008 and beyond, North Korea suffered suffers from a chronic severe trade deficit. In simple terms, they buy way more than they sell. Over 60% of North Korea's trade deficit comes from China, and the smuggling happens right here in cities like Dangdong. Chinese companies act as middlemen. They buy the ASUS PCs from Taiwan or other authorized distributors, strip the paperwork, and then resell them to North Korean state-owned enterprises. It's also reported that the payments are mainly untraceable. They seem to use cold hard US dollars, often physically trucked across the border, or fraudulent bank accounts set up in Asia. This gaming hall is proof that the sanctions have holes in them. If the regime wants high-end tech, well, they're still going to get it. But here's the twist: they aren't just buying this tech for fun. They are buying it to build a trap. The computers in the Hwasong Hall and across the country run on Red Star OS. Under the hood, it's a spy's dream. It has a feature called watermarking. Let's say you put a movie on a USB stick and plug it into a Red Star computer. The operating system instantly stamps that file with the computer's hard drive serial number. If you pass that USB to a friend and then they get caught, the police can scan the file and see exactly whose computer it came from. It traces the entire chain of custody. They also have a trace viewer. This is a standard on North Korean phones, as there are now around 7 million. This software takes random screenshots of your screen while you use it. You cannot delete these screenshots and you cannot view them, but the state can. Now apply this to the gaming hall. Every person who enters must present an ID card. Your gaming session is logged to your permanent file, and inside the management room, staff can view any of the 149 screens in real time to make sure you're not accessing something that you shouldn't be. They aren't just checking if you're cheating at Counter-Strike, they're checking your behavior, because even in a virtual world, you have to follow real-world laws. In 2023, North Korea passed the Pyongyang Cultural Language Protection Act. This law is very specific. It criminalizes the use of puppet language, which is their term for South Korean slang and dialect. Think about how you speak when you game. You use slang, you trash talk. But in Hwasong, many gamer words would get you arrested. The facility strictly enforces the use of the Pyongyang standard language. You have to use the North Korean approved terminology. If you get frustrated and use a South Korean curse word that you maybe heard sometime, the management would know instantly. It's even said that your username is policed. You cannot have a name that sounds quote-unquote exotic or foreign. No XX Leader Slayer XX. Your username must be in our style, socialist, patriotic, and approved. But funny enough, I did see a username that was JD Vans, and that is the Hwasong Experience. It is a leisure wrapped in anxiety. You aren't just sitting back relaxing as you would at your house. You are being actively watched like a pro player at a LAN. But you might be wondering, why does Kim Jong-un allow this place to exist in the first place? Why allow Western games at all? The regime knows they can't hide the modern world from their elites forever. If they ban everything, the pressure will build until it explodes. So they create a pressure valve. It's a sign that they are just evolving. They are learning how to give their people the illusion of the modern world without any of the risks. They have built a system where you can play as a free man in a virtual world as long as you remain a prisoner in the real one. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel.